All right, so we are going live. All right. Let's see if we're popping up now. Yep, gotta love that. Perfecto. Gotta copy that link for the Discord fam. You know that. You know. All right, so we gotta toss it into Jay's streams, of course, right? Jay's streams. Then we've also got the general chat. So if anyone wants to show up, they absolutely are more than welcome to. So there we go. We got that going on right now. Hey, Gary. Wow, first one here. Gary's on the ball today. Gotta love that. Hey, the one. Nice to have you here as well. All right, so we are hopping in. Guys, in case you didn't already know, we will be having the romantic skin event start as soon as this lunar event ends. So basically, as soon as I'm done with this live stream, as soon as I'm done with this live stream, which will be the end of the lunar skin event, we will be having the romantic skin kickoff right after. Hey, Alexandra, nice to have you here. Always a pleasure. It looks like we got some people trickling in, which is awesome. But yeah, so big news on that is going to be we're definitely going to be getting those three new skins that we've been talking about, right? So we're going to get Celeste, Jet, and the other one was Orion, right? So we're going to get those three romantic skins. I believe the event will be very, very similar to what we have right now in terms of, a lot of the items aren't going to be super accessible, but there will be some good items. So like for me, I struggled with this event a little bit because I didn't use any emeralds. Even spending them, I didn't really do that much. I just don't really need any of these heroes, but um, you can get like a lot of these. I think will be very similar. So I think all of these quests, in my opinion, will be the same, with the exception of right. So the far-sighted solution. So spending emeralds will get you a different box that will contain either Orion, maybe Jet even. So that could be a pretty valuable one, and Celeste. So, just a heads up on that. Yeah. I mean, if Jet actually does come in, that could be a very valuable one for people who don't have him unlocked yet or who don't have him absolute yet. So that could be something to look forward to for, for you guys if that actually happens. So it should be pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely down to check it out. I pretty much don't really need any of those heroes, but I think it could be very beneficial to anyone who doesn't have those heroes. I know Jet pairs really well with a bunch of Kira teams. I've seen it. It can be pretty lethal. Um, Soul Shop, right? Gotta love the Soul Shop. But yeah, sometimes I forget about it. But we did not forget today. We had 7 minutes to spare, and we were able to get in on those. So Gary, how far are you on Jet? Out of curiosity, are you guys done with Jet already, or how's that going for you guys? For me, it was a very long process, but I'm curious to know how you guys are doing, and if Jet actually does come out, I think that could be a great steal when we're talking about spending emeralds, because you're not going to find an easier way to get him so far. I haven't seen one in the last two two years of events. I haven't seen an easier way to acquire Jet personally. Um, so yeah, that could be a huge thing, Gary. I definitely agree with you there. Someone was asking me the other day about Celeste, and I think I made a mistake when I said the new defensive skin will help Celeste. It won't, because Cornelius at least, because Cornelius's first skill, right? When I read this initially, I think I was thinking that, I realized his monolith is a physical damage, But I think, part of the reason I got confused was because I see the 10% magic attack, which is 10% of Cornelius's magic attack, I believe, plus the intelligence portion. So I was thinking that maybe that magic attack portion would come down as magic defense came up, but no, right? With the fact that it's gonna be a physical attack, just made a mistake. But yeah, and Gary needs 50 more, so you're right on pace, man. You just need 10 of those boxes. I think you're gonna be able to get it real soon. Um, Crushing the game on Jet. I really wish they gave us bigger skinstone chests instead of these mini ones that only have 10. I would probably have gone harder on this event, in my opinion. But yeah, so that is kind of what we're talking about for the upcoming event. I know a lot of people have been asking me already about, what was it? It was the upcoming, so the anniversary event, which I think is still a little bit away. So I think it's about a month away. Um, but yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of crazy events, a lot of good stuff that has recently come out. I mean, it's just been a absolute crazy time for me. I don't know how it's been for you guys. I mean, class has been going crazy for me. Plus, just it's been a crazy time. But yeah, no. So everything's going well, and with stuff in game, it's been super fun, and it's nice to hang out with you guys too. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me here. Really, I think the biggest thing for me right now is I think I'm just kind of working on some artifacts. I think, let me double check which heroes I'm working on. I love Invari, so I definitely, so I don't know if you noticed, but I got his new skin. I caved, right, and I got it. So I didn't get the Mojo one. I thought, I don't know, Mojo's not a high priority for me. I guess the next one that I would want out of these three is Peppy, but don't really use any of them in my main team yet, and I think Judge is going to need a rework. I think that's coming very soon. That's on the rumor mill at least, so maybe not insider information, but a heads up. I mean, maybe check out Judge, or maybe it's something to consider because I think Judge is in line to get a rework. Unconfirmed. That's my opinion saying there. And Vari, I love this skin, so I got it. I just had to. So let's see. So Envari, right? He's my favorite character, so it's no surprise at all that I picked up that skin. I actually think all his skins look pretty dope. I mean, his original default for me, I think looks pretty cool. The winter skin though, I dig it because it's winter out here right now. And the lunar skin I think is pretty tough looking too. I was gonna use bad and then another word, but yeah, no, he looks bad, and I like it in a good way, of course. So all right. So other than that, I mean, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to let me know in chat. More than happy to answer stuff. And other than that, we're just working on. I think I'm working on Satori right now because Satori is going to be key for me in Outland to finish off the rest of my Outland. Then, other than that, I think the other one that I want to work on for Outland is going to be Astrid and Lucas specifically. And then after that, it's just going to be focused on top tier heroes like Ching Mao's at one of the top of my list that I want to work on. Of course, Kira needs a little bit of work as well. But really, those are the big things, and I definitely plan on coming out with some more content. I know some people have asked me to demonstrate the two sides of Celeste, so I will be doing that in a separate video. Really, really useful to utilize both sides of her and not just put her in auto. And I know a lot of people, maybe who are newer, are less familiar with that, but I definitely think it's a huge asset. And people, you guys can let me know as well what you guys think. But I think having Celeste as an option, right, whether you use her or not, is very invaluable. That's just my opinion. I don't even think that's a hot take. I think that's just a factually true statement. Like I would say the same for Jorgen um, or Sebastian on Facebook. On mobile, Jorgen's just invaluable. There's not really working around that because there's no real good 100% working counter against Jorgen right now. I totally missed my fight reward time on this account. Of course, it's just been that kind of a week. I think I missed 2 daily logins. It's been unreal. I've been making my Guild War hits as soon as I can, but This week has been absolutely crazy. So I guess we might as well fight a little bit. I might lose a couple of times. You guys make fun of me if you want, but yeah. So should be an interesting time. Let's see. So this matchup, I don't think I'm going to need Sebastian, but I do definitely want Isaac. The big factor here is, do I just go and risk it with the Faceless, or do I go with Martha and try to play it a little bit safer? I think I'm going to go with Faceless and see what happens. Hey Reaper, what's good, my guy? None of the skins are seasonal, so you can get them later, right? Absolutely, Gary, you can get these skins later. They're not seasonal. The exception, of course, is on mobile. So mobile gets a raw end of the deal. They're going to go into Outland chests, which means you're going to have to eventually spend money to cave. Or you had a bunch of certificates saved up. But yes, on Facebook and on web, you should be completely good to go. You can get them whenever. How is it going? Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I mean, so far the chat's been pretty stoked, and I think the big thing too is Jet Soulstones potentially being in the upcoming event, right, which is just about an hour away. So wild stuff there. We got the 3 new skins coming. Hey, Onegro, your guild got into Gold League today. Congratulations. That's a huge feat. And it's a tall task to do. So I'm proud of you. Congratulations, my guy. Brian, what is up? Nice to have you here. Just a pleasure. And yeah, congrats again. That's huge. Moving up is tough. I know this week my my own little guild decided to have couple people not show up during Guild Wars today. So that made, well, not today, but this week. So we lost 2 matchups by like not even 10 points, where we just could not capture a building because didn't have people show up. So that was a little bit frustrating. It is what it is, but it was a little frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, E. Nathan, nice to have you here. Love to see you coming in. We got Boss coming in as well. Just a sick name, Boss. Boss Klutschwik. I mean, my guy. I can't even pronounce that right, but that's sick. I like your name, my guy. All right. So, yeah, we got that going on. But yeah, we definitely have I'm looking forward to this event that we have going on in, again, under an hour now. I will probably be signing off to make an overview video for those of you guys who like watching those. I always get criticized for not making them, so I just make them all the time now. So we're just moving up. Almost captured gold today. Yeah, I actually have not seen the results today. It's just been a wild day. Wild day. Let's see. What did I do today? So I had work this morning. Basically helping out at the law library. Basically updating a bunch of different treatises, stuff like that, and a bunch of codes that get updated pretty much on the regular now. Federal tax, that kind of stuff. What else? Oh, I was listening to Rich Dad Poor Dad today while I was cleaning my computer. So yeah, it's been a day. Yeah, let's see. How did we do in the war today? Let's check it out. I know we lost, but hey, that's pretty good result, honestly. I mean, considering how far we were, like we were ranking like 8, 9, 10 pretty regularly in Silver League. We just we started revitalizing a little bit, but yeah, it looks like we had a couple mistakes, but overall, I'd say we had a pretty solid showing. All things considered, Dragon's Forge is a pretty tough guild. They got, I want to say 5 or 6 are real tough people. We got 3. I would say 3 or 4 that are super competitive. And then after that, we're still working on it. We're increasing as a group, so that's good progress. I like to see where we're headed, and I think we're heading the right direction, no doubt. So that was good. Okay, Valentine's Day event. Yes, that should start in less than an hour. So basically what we're going to be having, and I know I touched on this earlier, so I apologize for people who already saw this, but I'm just going to talk about it real quick so everyone's on the same page. just like we had these lunar skins, right, in the lunar skin event, we should have, in my opinion, for Facebook and web, we will have pretty much the exact same thing where we're going to have the 3 new skins, so Celeste, Orion, and Jet. Oh, I can't even believe I forgot that. So those will be the 3 new skins that we're getting. And again, yes, we can have them pretty much lasting when, as long as you're playing, pretty much they're going to be available. And for special events, I believe, right, the key difference from this event, which I think most of it will be the same, the big difference will be what's in these boxes, right? So if you spend emeralds, basically, right, I think instead of Fox, Mojo, or Anvari, right, you're going to have Orion, Jet, and Celeste. And Jet is super hard to get. So I think that could be a huge, huge bonus for people who are trying to complete Jet, for people who are trying to get closer to acquiring him even. I think could be a huge factor for people if that's what actually happens and they have Jet in these boxes. Everything else I think will be almost the same. If I'm being 100% honest, I will be making a video on that, but I'll be ending my stream before that. So that's my hot take and what we can expect to see for the event later tonight. Again, yes, it will be tonight. For some reason, I missed the live stream when you defeated Seymour, but late. Congrats. Thank you. Hey, you know what? Hey, that happens. Completely appreciate the congratulations. Doesn't matter when. It was a big deal, for me at least. So I appreciate that. All right. Watch Senate comedy. All right. We'll do Valentine's Day event. Covered that. Touch and me. Jet would be awesome. Jet would absolutely be awesome. All right, so we got airship here. Let's see. I definitely don't want to miss out on any expeditions. I just think these things are so valuable. You can't possibly avoid trying to acquire these. And I mean, chaos cores, I never seem to acquire very many more, so 3 is huge. That's a new factor of events there, those boxes and getting gems for spending gems. Yeah, sometimes they kind of do that for some promotional purposes. So it seems like that's what they're pushing for this for these little events, right? That we have the right, the Chinese New Year, right? So that's why we had the lunar event, and then now we have Valentine's Day. So right, that's widely celebrated in the U.S. And I'm sure it's widely celebrated in most places, but I think it's most prevalent in the U.S. is what I've heard. I don't know. Don't hold me to that. I'm not an expert on Valentine's Day on who celebrates it the most, but that's what I've heard. So yeah, should be pretty cool. It looks like I think I already saw a preview of Jet here, so it looks like they're getting ready to roll it out. So that it looks like I saw Jet there, right? I wasn't crazy. I saw Jet pop up here at one point. Okay, I definitely saw Jet, but okay, whatever. We're gonna pretend like we didn't see it, I guess. But Jet was definitely there at one point. Maybe some of you guys can rewind and confirm that. But I definitely saw Jet here, so they're definitely getting ready to roll out that new event that we have going on. Should be a good time, and I mean Celeste getting a new skin, just invaluable. I mean, it's not gonna protect her from Cornelius, so I'm gonna actually recommend that most people try to have twins used with Celeste, because Krista has higher intelligence than Celeste, which allows her to be the target instead of Celeste, allows for Celeste to survive a lot longer than she otherwise would. I need Taylor Swift in my life. Happy Valentine's Day. I love you, Taylor. Yeah, hey, fair enough. I think Taylor's been redropping some new, well, I call it new music, but basically she's been redropping some of her old hits, right? Moving away from her old producer. So a lot of people are pretty stoked on that. I guess in honor of Jet, I should upgrade him a little bit, right? Might as well. But yeah, it should be pretty exciting. Jet got lunar skin. No, I think I think he has a yeah, see, there's Jet right there. Jet's definitely not meant to be in the lunar skins. Right? Am I mistaken here? I don't think Jet has one. I think that's just a mistake and Jet just is having a Valentine's Day skin, right? So a romantic skin. They just, oh, he does have a lunar skin. My mistake. He does have one. He does have one. But he will have a romantic skin as well, so that will be cool. Um, it's a corporate holiday made up with imagery to make you think that is important to history. February 14th. Hey, I'm not going to deny that because you're probably right. I don't have enough research or anything like that to back up anything. But hey, you know what? I think you're probably right. And people make money off of it. So notice what it is. As long as they roll out new events, though, I'm cool with it as well. So, yep. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I don't knock it. I know a lot of people like her music, and nothing wrong with a little T Swift. I mean, if you haven't heard her music, I think it's not necessarily the worst thing to diversify your listening and maybe, see what she's got to offer. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't, but at least you gave it a chance. If you don't like Taylor Swift, hey, you know what? At least you know what she's about. Martine, nice to have you here. Hi, good evening to you as well. Should be pretty cool. Should I get Jet? Um, Here's what I'm going to say about Jet. Jet is phenomenal on mobile. Jet is okay on Facebook. I don't know why he's better on mobile. Possibly because they don't have Sebastian as available as well. But I think Jet's worth getting for if you're gonna trade in the right. If you have nothing else, I think Jet's worth getting. But if you are trying to acquire a different hero or you need these items, I would say the items take priority. But if you're talking about selecting him from the boxes, I mean, the only one I wouldn't get is Orion. I would probably get either Celeste or Jet personally, because Orion you can get, I believe, with just tower coins. Yeah, you can get Orion with tower coins. So I really don't see a purpose in acquiring Orion soul stones from those boxes. I would say Jet is probably the best value, but I think maybe Celeste is even a little bit better if we're talking about just straight up hero v hero. But again, it just depends on what you're looking for and what your team needs. So I think Jet's pretty good. It's just I think Celeste is a little bit better of a hero. I don't know. Ultimately, it's your call, but that's my opinion here. I just I think I need Mojo still actually. So maybe I can pull that. Let me check where I'm at with Mojo and my. We're gonna use one of the bottled energies. What the heck? We're gonna make sure that we can acquire some soul stones, at least one. So let's see. Oh yeah, I still need Mojo soul stones, and Mojo is actually the most expensive. We're talking about energy expense per soul stone. He's the most expensive. So yeah, we'll acquire some of those. I mean, let's see. What else do I need anything here? I mean, I guess I can upgrade Mojo, but I have a feeling Judge is gonna get reworked. So I'm really like kind of like looking to maybe considering upgrading his equipment at some point here because I think he's in need of one, and I think it's going to happen for Judge. I just have a feeling, guys. I can't explain it to you. I just have a feeling they're going to have a rework. Hey Jay, do you have any insight about that hero trend? How they are better on one platform versus the other? Yeah. So, I personally play. I mean, I play all platforms right now, but I think the gap is closing a lot on Facebook because a lot of the devs are just kind of becoming more aware, and I think part of it is people reusing a lot of my tier lists, right? And so Hero Wars is kind of reworking some of their stuff around that as well because they want to kind of even the playing field. They want heroes that aren't used very much to be used more often. So I think that kind of helps them determine who they need to rework and who not to. Whereas mobile right now still has huge disparity, and I think the problem with mobile right now, as opposed to web and Facebook, right, is that there's not a bunch of transparency, and the mobile people just don't care as much about its user fan base. So I don't know. There's less of a voice there. I think Facebook and web users are a little bit more, they're more vocal in their desire to see a more even playing field, and basically like, hey, they tell the developers, hey, we think this player or this guy's OP or this guy's not OP, and the developers on the Facebook website are very receptive, and they're very much more incorporating the change. So hats off to them for that. And mobile just right now they just don't seem to care. That's my honest opinion. So yeah, I think the biggest one is Sebastian. That one is just a huge difference. In mobile, he doesn't protect against any negative effects like he does on Facebook and web. So he only helps with a little bit of critical hit, and he does a little bit of damage. So Sebastian's low key kind of, in my opinion, useless on uh, mobile right now. He's trash. And then Jet is actually pretty good because his debuffs don't get stopped by really anybody right now. And Jorgen is OP. I mean, no one can stop Jorgen with the exception of maybe a Satori user. Basically, if you have Satori or Jorgen, you can dominate right now because uh, that's part of the meta right now in mobile. A lot of people don't know about it, but that's kind of what they got going on there. My Kira team is the following: Anbari, Kira, Nebula, Sebastian, and Jet. Or swap Nebula for Ching Mao. Ching Mao is dirty. I think it depends on who you're facing. I really like your team, actually. I would probably. I think your base team's looking solid. I think the only thing that I would say is have um, Jorgen available. If your opponent doesn't have Jorgen, you can put, or if your opponent doesn't have Sebastian or Jorgen, you can put Jorgen in for Sebastian, and players will not be able to touch you. I mean, your team's already pretty solid as it is. The only other thing I would say is maybe having Astroth as an option also, in case you need to use Anvari on a different team. Other than that, though, that's a solid setup. I think that's a great team. Swap Nebula for Isaac. Yeah, you could definitely put Isaac in there as well. If you have him available. Do you have the frame for clearing the floors in the dungeon? Yeah, that's actually the frame I have going right now. So yeah, that's the frame I got going on right now. So I think I cleared that actually live streamed it the week after I did Seymour. Can we confirm that? So 123. So I did that 2 weeks ago, and I got that frame there. On this account, I have not defeated the Lords yet. I'm waiting to try to really defeat them once I get all my, uh, you know, all my Titans absolute. They're not quite there yet. We're working on it. It's a work in progress. Legends frame, we're working on that together, right? You guys plus me. Other than that, we have a couple cool ones. I actually really like this Furnace of Souls frame. I think it was a promotional one. I think it looks sick. I'm going to put it up now that we've been looking at that. But yeah, I find Kira too vulnerable in position 2. I like the team without Nebula and with a tank up front more. Yeah, I think Kira in the second position without Astaroth specifically protecting Kira can make her very vulnerable. I think Ching Mao in front of Kira with a tank, that's a real tough lineup. Ching Mao on her own is devastating, giving more armor penetration essentially to Kira is just lethal, and that should not be allowed. It's low key a hack. No, I'm kidding, but that's totally within the confines of the rules. But um, Ching Mao and Kira are lethal. But I agree, Kira in the second spot is a little bit vulnerable. So I would probably say maybe subbing out Nebula for Ching Mao could be good. Just depends on your opponent. If you outpower them, it doesn't really matter. Um, how many levels are there in the artifact chest? I see you are at 13. Yeah, so I think right now, this is unconfirmed. It's definitely more than 30. I want to say it's at 50 right now. I'm going to need someone to confirm that for me, but I think it's at 50. It might be 100, but I think it's 50 because I haven't seen anyone pass that so far. It's possible. I hope it's not past 50 because I'm at 13. Um, I remember when it was only 10, so this is crazy to me. Um, but yeah, Then 15,000 floors. Yeah, so that is 15,000 floors. I haven't been doing as many lately for my, I mean, my dungeon runs are kind of spotty. It depends on the day. If people need me to run a bunch, I will, but so far they really haven't. So I've only just barely passed the mark because people don't need me to run. So I wait till the next day to do my runs now because sometimes it's already maxed out before I can do anything. It is what it is. Yeah, I think that could be good too. I mean, I think if you put well, here's the other thing too. I think if you don't have if you have an opponent who doesn't have Jorgen or Sebastian, you could take out Sebastian as well and put in Ching Mao and Isaac, and that could be super lethal depending on the opponent. I'm thinking specifically a Kark user who doesn't have Jorgen or Sebastian, so like that would probably look like a faceless Nebula, Astaroth, Kark, Martha kind of a team. I think you'd win pretty easily. But yeah, I mean, obviously Isaac is really good against magic attack users as well, so that could be a factor. But yeah, it should be good for you there. All right, so looking at artifacts, we are working on. Don't really need to work on Jew anymore right now because I don't use him for anything other than the fact that I needed him for um, Seymour. And then now I need Satori, so we need to work on Satori a bit here. We will upgrade that a little bit. Upgrade that a little bit. Upgrade this a little bit. I don't think that'll be enough to really do much, but it is what it is. We're just kind of, yeah, we might as well buy, 15 of these. These aren't not really anything hurt by getting those. I don't need to upgrade it though yet. So I think the main thing is Astaroth, Kark, Nebula, Martha are done. I have Sebastian, who's not quite done yet. And I have Isaac available as well. So just trying to get these guys done, honestly. And once I do that, I can focus on some of my other pet projects, like finishing Outland, which is kind of my next goal. I want to finish that by the end of the year, if possible. I think it's totally doable. I think. Then, just moving along with my Titans as well, because my Titans are getting close to where I need them to be, and I need the skins, which are killing me. So Guild Wars Shop, exchanging these guys, right? These Titan skin stones. I just need them. Like that's what I need. So I trade all of these to bronze, and see if we can level any of these guys up. Who can defeat Lilith? I think if you have a stronger hero, you can defeat Lilith pretty easily. Honestly, any damage dealer. So I would say Yasmin, if Yasmin has like an Astaroth or some protector. Mike Kark seems to cut through Lilith really quick. It depends on how tough the Lilith is, I think, is part of it. And then the other part is, yeah, it's mainly just having a damage dealer, I would say, is what you need to defeat Lilith. I think when it's buffed, obviously, it's a little bit more difficult. At that point, you would want Celeste is really good against Lilith because any damage, right? If she's in dark mode, and this is one thing I will be showing when I make my Celeste video in the next couple of days here, having Celeste in dark mode can cancel out healing. So that could really impede Lilith's ability to regenerate. I think it's 10% or 15% of her health. I'd have to double check. But that can definitely help real quick. All right, Gary, everybody beats Lilith Oliver as pet. I think it depends. I think if you face a strong Lilith in what do you call it? In the pet adventures, it can be kind of tough. I mean, if they're buffed right, it can be really rough. But yeah, Celeste should be a good option, and I can kind of demonstrate that a little later. I have a trash team, but what can I work on this team? Ashton, Lucas, Lars, Astaroth, Celeste, Phobos. I'm working on Aurora, so I can remove Astaroth for Aurora. I think that's a great call. Since you have Lars on your team, I would probably consider checking out um, Krista as well. So, Nathan, your team's not trash. Maybe it's not the most synergetic. Is probably a better way of putting it. You have some good individual pieces there. So my main team that I run on my newer account is Aurora, Lars, Krista, Celeste, and you already have Celeste there, and Sebastian. So all you're really missing here is Aurora. Well, I mean, you're missing three. So you're missing Aurora, who you're working on, Sebastian, who is crazy strong with, basically, I think he's a little bit OP, but I don't have a problem with him because people use Jorgen, and Jorgen was OP for a long time. Um, then the other one I would use is Krista because I think that will just make a solid team. I beat people on. Oh, we got it. We pulled the Super Titan, guys. So we got 2,500 Titan Soul Coins. So we pulled the Super Titan there. Yeah, my Super Titans. Your Go Teen Titans Go look well fed, Justin. Yeah, hey, you know what? They are. I've definitely they've definitely been my pride and joy. I've definitely been spending a lot of time working on my Titans, way more than my heroes. So I would say if there's one area of my game that I'm most confident in right now is probably um my hero or my Titans. But we're working on them still. Can always improve. The only thing that's kind of lame is now that they're done in terms of like the leveling, I don't know what to do with these. I always just get gold now, but I'm also like, I don't know. I feel like they need something better in the Titan shop. Um, but let's see. So I'm working on Silva and Avalon skins. So I can't do anything with Avalon, which blows. I mean, I guess I could level them up using emeralds, but I'd rather wait until um, the second half of this event. Silva, I guess I can upgrade one time. We'll do it. Upgrades attack a little bit. But yeah, so those are the two that I need to still finish skin-wise. And Silva needs to be finished with her middle artifact? Question mark. So that's kind of what we're working on here. Yeah, so this middle one's the last thing that I have going on with Silva. And other than that, I got to finish, I guess, leveling up these two, and then it's straight up, just finishing off what I have to do for these artifacts for everyone else. So then after that, it looks like um, this water totem. I mean, I'm kind of inclined that I want to spend these emeralds on it, but I don't know if it's worth it, and I don't know if it's just smarter to wait until we get to gold and then start going from there. But it's hard to know. Get sparks of power. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like Sparks of power isn't bad. I just don't need. I don't use most of these heroes anyway. So like all the heroes that I use for the most part are kind of like, I don't know, sparked up. I mean, I guess I can spark up. I guess I can get some more sparks, but if we're looking at this, I mean, it does eat up a good amount of sparks. Can I finish him? Probably not. How close did we get? It's not enough sparks. Go to Titans. How far did we get? So we have 3 more levels to finish off Dante. So I guess we can open a couple more and then do that. Yeah, I agree with Wally. I actually don't think Nathan, I don't think your team's that bad. I think it's just a matter of, um, you know, making sure you utilize it against a good combo. But I think having a more synergetic team could help improve your odds. And I mean, Ashton and Lucas is amazing against the Outland boss. I'm trying to remember which one they work against. I want to say Brog, but whichever one it is, it's the one with the dual. Maybe it's Vandahar. I gotta double check, but that one's really good. I use Astrid and Lucas on mobile, and they don't and like I can pretty much single-handedly use her and take out the boss in Outland. So not a bad hero. Just it's about it depends on the situation and how you're using your team synergetically. So not the worst thing. Spend Ems on totems is a deadly combination after 1,000. Yeah, I think that's a good call as well. And the other thing is, man, I really want to work on. I want to finish some pets, but I don't know how to acquire more soul stones more rapidly because it's so crazy. Like once you get to 5 star, it's 2,000, right? It's 2,000, and that's kind of steep for me. That's a lot of soul stones to acquire. Ooh, I should probably finish this adventure real quick. Vadchar, yeah. What Brian said, I knew it was one of them. So Astrid Lucas is really, really solid. I use Astrid Lucas against Vadchar, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that guy gets creamed by Lucas and Astrid. Like once once Astrid starts going off, there's no stopping Astrid. Like it's unreal. Let's go ahead and use Faceless for this matchup since he has a boost. I guess I would normally use Jorgen. 2,000. Yeah, I definitely could upgrade my totem at least twice. I definitely could. All right, so we got that. Gonna pick up this buff real quick. Which way do I need to go? I need to go this way. Perfect, because this is the physical damage side, right? So the other half of this circle is best for what do you call it? It's best for magic attack users, and Amar has a very good magic attack team, if I remember correctly, or at least he has a magic attack team. I don't know if it was super effective or not, but anyway, so we're just gonna go ahead and skip battles. I don't think we're gonna have any issues for the most part. I don't think we will. Let's see. So decrease magic damage because that's what Orion is, of course. And we're just gonna go ahead and cruise through this one. I mean, they got a Sebastian here. Um, yeah. So I mean, I got to finish that water totem, and then we'll be looking pretty nice in the totems regard. Then other than that, yeah. So 2,000 is crazy for those pet soul stones. Yeah, I remember. It's crazy. So I still have a bunch of pet soul stones. I just don't know if I should use them on getting all my pets to 5 star, or if I should try to get closer to getting my first absolute pet, which would probably be Albus because I like Albus the most. But I do think Axel is crazy good. So I don't know what I'm gonna do yet with that. I have a couple. Maybe I'll just get Axel to 5 star and then see what happens. But I don't know. I have a lot of soul stones. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them yet. Yeah, it's crazy. 2,000 pet soul stones is definitely a lot. I was amazed when I first saw it because like I think it's 1,000 to get to 5 star, and then they double it up, and you're like, you're kidding. So I was a little bit dejected about that, but yeah, it's definitely a lot. I love the reaction here. The Nani is killing me. That's hilarious. Uh, oh my goodness. Okay, so we have a Jorgen, which means we got to counter with Sebastian. Doesn't really matter who. We'll take out Faceless and put in Sebastian. Shouldn't have a problem with this matchup now. Should be a pretty straightforward dub. We're just gonna make our way through the rest of this adventure. Then I'm gonna auto rate it. I think real quick, probably once or twice, maybe a couple more, just because I really like this one. I think it gives pretty good rewards. I don't think we've been able to 4 star 13 or 13 yet, or 12. So working on it. I need to get my heroes buffed up, and I think the biggest thing is my pets will make the ultimate difference. All right, we're gonna let Faceless do some work here. I like using the buffed heroes when I can, so that's what I'm doing here with Faceless. Faceless is pretty good, and since I had to upgrade him for defeating Seymour, I've been using Faceless a lot more. Axel have a major backfire depending on who the enemy team is. What do you mean by that? I'm curious. What do you mean by having a major backfire? I haven't seen too many issues with Axel yet, but I could have just missed it, or maybe I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. Could you elaborate on that, Wally, a little bit? Um, I might have missed what you meant by that. Because Axel's very much defending against taking massive damage and healing a little bit, I think. So similar to Oliver, except Axel mitigates more damage, if I'm not mistaken. We'll have to look at it a little more carefully. So this one should be pretty easy. Yeah, so here we have a Lilith, but I don't think it's strong enough to survive. So here, there's not really anything I'm afraid of. I mean, Maya's usually pretty good, but I think we should be able to win still, no problem. So yeah, just having a good time with this one. So far, we haven't run into any tough opponents, which is nice. No Anvari, buffed Anvaris. So nothing to really worry about for the most part. I mean, Kark is pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie. Is he OP? I personally don't think so, but maybe that's just because I use him. But I think he's definitely strong. I don't think he's OP though, because I think the twins definitely are a match for him. Heidi got that skin, Justin. The Journey to the West skin. Yeah, Heidi did get a skin. I actually don't think I. Yeah, I don't think I got the Heidi one. I think did I? I don't remember now. I know there's 3 skins that I don't have from the lunar cycle or lunar grouping. Let me check. I think we can. I'm gonna use. Well, I'm gonna definitely use Envari, but maybe I should try a different team because I feel like. I mean, Martha's good, but Martha won't do any damage. And I'm probably going to get knocked out pretty early because I don't have any buffs on my Envari. What the heck. We're going to take a risk here. Take a shot. Just going to go ahead and hit him real quick. Let's see how this goes. I use Astaroth, Kark, Cornelius, Faceless, Martha, and Axel in Chapter 14. Stuck at Path of Madness. I heard Orion, Ju, Qingmao also are needed further on. What should I change? Astaroth, Kark, Cornelius, Faceless, Martha. I personally love Qingmao. Ju is definitely needed. I would say taking out Cornelius is probably your best move. Everyone else you're gonna want at one point or another. But yeah, I agree. Ju and Qingmao. I don't know about Qingmao being needed. Ju's needed. Like you can't beat Seymour without like you just can't. Um, I don't think it's possible. I mean, I know people have, but I really don't think it's very plausible to do it. And wow, I only dealt a little damage there. That was baby damage. We're gonna take out Kark, put in Martha, take out Faceless, maybe put in Ju. I just don't really see how people can possibly beat Seymour comfortably without Ju. I don't think it's possible. Um, Brian really likes Isaac. I think it's fair. Isaac's good. Okay, no problem. I did this a lot since I battled teams with Axel there. If you have Celeste for when Axel start to heal his block, that's fair. I think that's true. Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, Melissa. Nice to have you here. Don't worry about it. Just happy to have your presence here. And I guess that change made all the difference because Ju just took out Orion. Plus, when having enough damage to battle, then Celeste's Curse Flame will block the healing, which will take them out. I think that's true. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, Celeste is dangerous. Celeste is definitely dangerous, Wally. I agree with you. All right, so we were able to take that one out. I think we can now auto it a little bit. So we're going to just go ahead and instant clear. Yeah, see, such a bummer I haven't instant cleared these ones, but it's hard to get 4 chests. We're going to go ahead and instant clear this one a couple of times because I want some eggs, I want some items, I want some chaos particles, all good stuff. But hey, Melissa, also just a heads up, and anyone else who just recently joined, after this stream's over, we will be starting the romantic event, right? So romantic skins will be introduced in the game. So as soon as lunar event's over, we're going to have the romantic event kicking off, is my understanding, which means that you have the option, right? If you basically have those boxes, right? You get those boxes from spending emeralds or purchasing emeralds. You have the possibility of Jet, Orion, and Celeste, because those are the three new skins that are coming. So yeah, that should be a thing for sure. But yeah, I mean, where are you in chapter 14? If you don't mind me asking, boss. That will help me kind of more specify what you need for that specific level, because I don't quite know, because each one's a little bit different. With Cormac, it's a little bit different than some of the other ones. Are you investing in any skins? Yeah, so I'm invested in a couple. The ones that I got from the lunar skins were obviously Anvari, because I think he's sick. Then I got the Fox one as well, because I think Fox is an underrated hero who I can utilize at some point for sure. So I got that one. The only one that I really still want is this Peppy one, but I do think Judge, it's just a matter of time for him to get a rework, so that's gonna be an issue when I'm underprepared for that. It's just a matter of time. Like, I'm just telling you right now, Judge is not used very much in game. I think it's a matter of time before he gets a rework, and he might become someone people are going to be afraid of. Um, let's see. So we got all of these to pick up, which is nice. Nice. Okay. Then if we're looking at, I don't want to claim the Outland chest because I want to use those for the next event that starts in 20 minutes. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about, guys. So in case you were confused earlier about me talking about me having some Pet Souls chests, so I have these from Winterfest that I didn't use because I didn't know who to spend them on, and now I'm just like, I don't know who to use them on. I basically, so the breakdown is I have 5 times 100. I have about 500 Pet Soul Stones waiting here, but I don't know who to use them on, so I'm waiting to figure out what to do. Oh, you're on Path of Madness. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, the Judge rework is coming to mobile. Yeah, I mean, that's a guarantee. We know that's coming to mobile. We don't know if we're going to get one for Facebook, but I think it's very likely we will. Judge Judge is absolutely trash on mobile. Like, I'm sorry, he's terrible. On Facebook and web, he's not good, but he's better than he is on mobile. Mobile, he's terrible. So they need one for sure. I think we need one as well. Okay, so Path of Madness is the one that you were talking about. Let me check that one out. Sorry for the slow loading. I don't know why. Chapter 15. I think it's the fire thing that just takes a lot of time. So let's see. We have Path of Madness is where? Oh, here's Path of Madness. So this one, I would say if you're not at least level 124, you probably don't have anything really to worry about, because you're going to have a huge disadvantage if you're not at level 123 or better. So that's my first thing, is if you're not at level 123 or 124 or higher, don't worry, keep leveling up. Your heroes will work. Other than that, I mean, I guess I can run it once just to see what's going on. I don't mind spending some energy here. Um, I think the biggest thing is just making sure that you have enough strength. So I'm talking about your levels here. I think if you're not level 123 or 124, you're at a huge disadvantage. So I would say if your team is not at level 124 all the way around, it's probably not strong enough yet to fight this one. Not to be mean, but that's just my opinion. Because a lot of people try to rush these. I would say just wait until you're at least level 125 or 124 at least, before you go all in. I'm going to auto and speed up, but I think think I should have enough hitting power to take out these things regardless of the healing of the back. I know a lot of people like using Celeste to stop the healing of this guy, of that last guy who just got knocked down. Because these guys, I mean, these guys are really annoying when they keep healing and this guy comes back to life. But I don't know. I deal enough damage that I don't need to worry about it now. But when I first started, I needed to be very strategic. I needed to double up my Kark and Faceless and use back-to-back attacks all the time. Now I don't, but that was when I needed to do initially when I first hit like level 123. Um, so I wouldn't worry about it if you're under 124. Like I really wouldn't worry about beating this one. Like just keep increasing your level and powering up your heroes. That's the biggest thing. There's no reason to rush it. You'll get there, I promise. Um, yeah, if you're level 105, I wouldn't worry about it. Because your heroes are a huge disadvantage already. Just leveling up will get you there. There's not a, I mean, you don't get any prize for finishing campaign faster. You don't. I would just take your time. You'll get there and enjoy it, man. Like it. Once you beat it, it's kind of like now what? I mean, not that it's not a bad feeling, but you're just kind of chilling. You're like, now I'm waiting for people. I'm waiting for the devs to come out with more parts of the game because completed campaign now, so they need more chapters or something. um, but anyway, yeah. So that's that. I would just say keep leveling up. You got nothing to worry about. You're chilling. Corny's not bad. Heavy wisdom works. Just I think Celeste works. Just keep leveling up. That's the bottom thing. I mean, I'm gonna guess that you're probably not um, level 123 is probably gonna be my guess. I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't stress. That's my honest opinion. I wouldn't stress. Um, just keep doing your thing. Like keep leveling up. That's all I got. I mean, your team's fine. Like you told me your team should be able to win. You just need to level up a little bit. That's gonna be my opinion because you didn't tell me your level yet, but I'm gonna guess it's less than 123. We're gonna go ahead and run this one more time. Then we're just going to stop for now because I don't need anything else. We can look to see if we can level up any of our items on our pets. Albus is my main focus currently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're not going to be able to finish that item. Boo. But we're getting close. We just have these 2 gems that we need to power up. Let's see. How are we looking? Pet soulstones. I need another 58. And I need another 184. All right, we're still working on that. Hero Wars is marathon. Yeah, I agree. I think Hero Wars is definitely a marathon. I think rushing it is a huge mistake. There's no reason to rush. That's my honest opinion. And I think part of it is like, I mean, I understand the desire to proceed further in campaign because you feel accomplished, like you do. You just feel accomplished the further you get along. But I think there's no reason to rush it in this game because, I mean, it's fun and like once you get there, it's kind of like it kills some of the fun in my opinion. Um, but yeah, been trying at level 115. Bubble, don't worry about it. I mean, again, if you're less than level 123 in that particular runaway princess level, your heroes are just going to do less damage with their skills, and some of their skills will probably miss or be way less effective just because you have a or a level disadvantage in terms of your heroes versus your opponent. It's unfortunate, but that's how Hero Wars does their mathematical calculations. Um, didn't Hero Wars talk about making Cornelia's skills stronger as well? So that's confirmed for mobile, not necessarily for Facebook and web. I wouldn't worry about it too much right now. I know mobile they made him stronger, which is super annoying. Now I actually have to work on Cornelius in mobile. I wasn't planning on it, but now I do because he's destroying He does not destroying Krista, but he's getting closer to taking down Krista, and I don't like it. So I'm gonna have to start investing in her a little bit. But that is definitely a mobile plug. I mean, that's one of my problems. I mean, I love Hero War Central, but sometimes he's unclear about whether things are for mobile or Facebook and web. That's a mobile thing. Okay, pets are truly the biggest investment in this whole game, besides Titans among the totems. Yeah, the totems are probably the top investment, and then I would say Titans with their artifacts and skins. Then after that, you got pets. Then after that, you got hero artifacts. And then everything else isn't too big of a deal. But yeah, I would agree with you there. I think all things Titans are super expensive, and very time consuming. Then you have pets, just because the soul stones by themselves as well, and chaos particles are super annoying. Um, and then after that, yeah, hero artifacts. I think you're right. Hero Wars is a Mobius strip. I don't quite know what that means, but I agree with you. You said it's, yep. So it is mobile. I don't think that's confirmed for Facebook. I personally don't see them buffing him up in Facebook. I don't think he needs it. I think that would be a problem if they did that. I would not like that personally. Um, yeah, I just wouldn't like that. So I hope not. Merlin is still far. Axel's gotten closer. I know we picked up some Kane Soul Stones right there. I think my closest one is still going to be Albus. But let's see how close we can get with some of our pets. Yeah, so 1,000 is what you need from 4-star to 5-star, but 5-star with the 2,000 really kills me a little bit. It's a little bit ridiculous in my opinion. Kind of a lot of soul stones. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, even if I put 500 in Albus, that would only take me halfway at best. So we're just gonna have to wait. I mean, I will invest in one of them eventually. I think it's gonna be Albus. But yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at for my pets currently. Let's see. Oh, okay, so I can definitely get rid of some of my artifact fragments since I don't need them all. And I'm sure some of you guys already knew this, but if you didn't, any fragments you don't want or don't need anymore, you can sell for partial fragments. I think it's about, you basically get half your return. I mean, if you don't have it complete, I don't recommend it, but you get half your return. So 2 of them equals 1. Leave thumbs up and say goodnight for all of you. Sounds good. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate that. I will probably be signing off in the next 3 minutes too. So thank you so much for that. I didn't see it. No time since noon since Isaac is there. So that would just break the game in most cases. I agree. I don't see them adding in any buffs to Cornelius. I will probably be signing off in the next couple of minutes here, but I just wanted to show you guys that you can do that if you didn't know. Yeah. But guys, literally 10 minutes before the start of the romantic skins event, right? And also, right, what we're going to be having a special event, I believe, in conjunction, very similar to Winds from the East. So make sure you claim any items. Don't leave any sitting on the table here that you can claim if you want to. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with me today. I'm going to be making a quick overview video of the upcoming event in not even like 10 minutes. So expect that later tonight. If you guys don't mind watching it, I appreciate it. But thank you guys so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Just want to thank you guys. I'm looking forward to this romantic skin event that we have. Again, not even in 10 minutes. It'll be wild. But thank you guys so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for all the thumbs up. Thanks for hanging out. And I look forward to seeing you guys all in Dominion.